I thought I'd do an upload on common faults, or the main things that we see that people do that need correcting in their training in preparation for their Module 2 motorcycle test. There's going to be a lot of these things, so this might take more than one upload. But these are all the things that we write down most frequently when we're debriefing students at the end of the lesson. We have marking cards for our students. This gives the students a good gauge on how they're doing and what they need to work on, and it helps us to remember from lesson to lesson too. So starting at the top of the marking card is general riding position. The general riding position is position 2, which is the position I'm in now. That's the middle of your lane. This is the position we should be in. Where we shouldn't be is position 3, which is over here by the white line. Now this is where you sit in the car. This is where your brain naturally wants you to sit, but whenever there's oncoming traffic, it's not safe to be in that position, so we hold position 2. By being in position 2, we're equalising the danger between what's on the left and what's on the right. If you can imagine there was a bus in the bus lane on my left, and I've got oncoming traffic, I'm then equidistant away from each of those hazards. So even though your brain may want you to sit in position 3 because that's where you sit in the car, you've got to fight that and keep yourself in position 2. And it's very, very common for new riders to sit in position 3 even with oncoming traffic. You look at how far over some of these vehicles are to the white line and ask whether you'd rather be further away from them. And again, when we change lanes, come into the middle of the lane. It's very common for students to change lanes and land in position 3, not coming into the middle of their lane. One of the most common things that we write down on the back of the card is position 2, not 3. One of my ex-students. Hello, Tom. So, position 2, the middle of your lane. Hold your position in the middle of your lane. Don't trust the oncoming traffic not to cross over the white line. So if you sit in position 3 with oncoming traffic, you're essentially putting your safety in somebody else's hands. You're assuming they're looking for you, or that they've seen you, that they're paying attention, that they're not distracted, and that they're not wandering in their lane whilst being distracted by something else, or just simply not paying attention. If you need to move out of position 2 to go around a hazard, then you should be doing a lifesaver to check. So whilst you're in position 2, and you're just riding along a nice long straight road like this, you'd be doing regular mirror checks, but your mirrors only tell you what's really far behind you. So if we had parked cars ahead on the left that we needed to come around, we can't just rely on mirrors. We would need to do a lifesaver to change position out of the general riding position, which is position 2, to go around the parked vehicles. And it's a lifesaver because you can't see what's in your blind spots, and the blind spots are just to your left and right, relatively close to you, where a cyclist may sneak in if you're stationary, or where somebody who's going for an overtake who perhaps you weren't watching in your mirrors closely enough is just in the blind spot at the wrong moment, just as you choose to change position. So generally hold yourself in position 2. If you need to move out of this position, do a lifesaver to make sure it's safe to move.